everybody, welcome back. It is earlier than I normally get out because we are starting to get into the warmer weather, so it makes sense to get out before it gets too hot. I forgot what I was doing today. So today I'm gonna just do some easy work. I just have been so tired and burnt out, so today I have a bunch of seeds that I need to get in. So it's still very productive work because I really need to get these seeds in, but we're gonna do that. And I'm going to plant some corn, some squashes, some carrot seeds. At the moment, I still have a bunch of stuff that I need to plant, but it's going to go into grow bags that I haven't filled yet. So I'm just basically putting in, I have 2 grow bags that I haven't used yet. I'll show you those. And then I have space in one of the newer garden beds, the one that I just built, that I can put some things into as well. So here are the garden bags that I still need to put some things into. So I'm putting a corn and a summer squash into each. It's going to have, both of these are yellow summer squashes that will go in here. These 2 are both early producers, so I put those together. And then those 2 take a little bit longer. These are both heavy feeders, so these are going to require a lot of extra attention and care this year. I will probably also mound some compost on top, and then I have fertilizer that I'll go around with periodically as well. Unfortunately, there has also been kind of a funky smell. It smells like something died, basically, and it's in a neighbor's yard, so I can't really do anything about it. So we'll see how long I can actually stand to be out here. So far it's cooler, so I haven't really smelled it. I've already reported it to the city because there's a specific line to call if you smell weird smells, because it's not good. So we'll see. Once again, if you've seen any of my other content, you know I love Johnny's seeds. I've been ordering from them for the last couple of years, and so far their seeds have they're all amazing. They have great germination rates, they focus on disease resistant. Big fan. Look at all those colors. I'm really excited about these. Now, if you haven't been here before, you may notice I have a lot of weeds. This yard was bare when I moved in, and the weeds took over rather quickly. So instead of killing myself to try to get all of the weeds pulled up, because that's a lot of work, both in the front and the back, I am just kind of going bit by bit and choking them out. Oh, that morning sun is so bright. So in the pathways, while they have taken over, I have multiple layers, like thick mulch. So it actually makes the bindweed really easy to pull up. And if you've had to deal with bindweed, you know that normally it is very difficult to pull up. Not only that, but it's practically impossible to get rid of. It's just very survivalist. It's very intense. It has a network of roots underneath that can stretch for I don't even know how long, but I would guess at least tens of feet, if not possibly even hundreds of feet, because they also coil. So sometimes when I pull it up, especially in the mulch where it's looser and stuff, I'll pull up a piece that's probably a good 3 feet long. And I really try not to use poison in my yard because I grow in so many places. And then also with the poisons, I would use like a broadleaf poison for the bindweed, but broadleaf poison, even though they say on the package, no, it's great for bindweed or whatever, it's going to hit all the other big leaf things. I mean, that's why a lot of times you'll see homes where they spray consistently and their trees just don't look amazing. Like, their trees look like they're fine, but they could be healthier. It's probably because that poison is seeping down to those roots and affecting the trees a little bit. So it's something to consider, is that it does actually affect a lot of other plants as well. God, it's bright. Ooh, my fig is finally leafing out. Let me show you guys. So it's very hidden. I kind of mowed, but I kind of need to weed whack and pull weeds over here. I also plan on extending this garden bed, so there's a limit to what I will do. You can see it in here, and it's got its leaves coming out, so that's very exciting. So that needs to move up, actually. It's too far down, even just for like where the level was before, but then especially with extending this garden bed, it will need to come up, so I'll have to dig that up. I also want to give it some more nutrients and more compost because it hasn't produced fruit yet. It's just been establishing, but it's year 3. I feel like I should be getting at least a couple of fruits, so we'll see. Okay, so here I wanted to go ahead and put some more carrots out since I have the room. I keep thinking I'm just gonna finish off seeds, like seed packets, and then there's just so many seeds in them. I'm like, oh, okay, now we're still going. Mushroom. The kale that I've transplanted is looking pretty good though. Looks like it's finally starting to rally. The cabbages, we'll still see. They got pretty leggy, so I don't know if they'll do anything. I mean, even if I just get small cabbages, that'd be cool. Oh, I did want to put a scroll over here. I keep trying to start this indoors and it just keeps drying out and not working, so I'm going to try direct sowing and see what happens. I think I'm a little late on this, unfortunately, so we'll see. I just planted basically one spot, so not so much the intention of growing a bunch of it, but just so I could taste it, and I've never had it. Okay, and sadly, that's really all the space that I have currently to plant in. I think I have a spot for some more cucumbers, but I don't have those seeds out here. And then everything else... bugs. Everything else is waiting on grow bags or I have spots also, but it's for stuff that isn't ready to go out just yet. So like melons, the tomatoes and peppers, those will wait a little bit longer. Yeah, so I think unfortunately that's all I can do is just those few seeds. But you know what? It's that many that I can cross off my list. So I will be going into my Seed Time app. I've talked about it a little bit before. It's a newer app, so it's not very well known, but it basically tracks the different seeds that you are trying to plant, the different plants you're trying to grow based on your growing zone, and then also you can set if you want it to be a plant that you transplant versus direct sow. If you pay for the special versions, it's ideally, I think, designed for like farmers or urban homesteaders, you know, larger production. So you can pay for like a pro version that gives you all these additional features, but they did just add, I'm very interested in this because I have the free version right now. They did just add the ability to map out your garden, and it directly links to the Gantt chart that is the schedule of tasks for your different plants and stuff that you list. And that's in the like basic version, so that's designed more for what I'm doing. Very intrigued by that, but probably not paying for that just yet. But but I would love to check it out. So we'll see. But yeah, Seed Time's been super cool so far. Like I said, it's still a new app, so there's also a lot of plants that they don't have. They don't have a lot of herbs in their system yet, I've noticed. It's kind of hit or miss. They have a lot of the common ones. They don't have flowers for the most part, I'm pretty sure. And if they do have any flowers, it's same as the herbs, very limited. But they're continuing to add more. They also are now utilizing AI to help you determine, I think, when best to plant or something. There was something about AI. They just released several features. Anyway, go check it out. It's just an app you have on your phone, and it sends you notifications that you've got tasks due, and then you can pull up your task list and see, oh, okay, I need to prepare the beds for these plants, which for me, those are easy. I just check them all off because I prepared the beds pretty much all at once. And then it tells you when to plant them. It tells you when to cultivate them if it's something that you need to go through and thin out. It also tells you when to harvest, and that's where I think the harvesting part is maybe for bigger production, because it tells you when to harvest, and then it also will remind you again if you have multiple harvests. And as a just home personal gardener, I harvest when it's ready, and it's usually not the last time that I will harvest. I'll keep harvesting just as things are ready. So when we hit the harvesting tasks, that's usually I just finish those off and get this off there. I could go through the Gantt chart and remove those and adjust the schedule if I want to. It's not that big of a deal to just go ahead and check it off later for me, and I haven't had the time to sit down and do something like that, so I just don't worry about it. I do need to pull up my radishes. Let me show you what those look like, because a lot of those are done, and then that will make way for the carrots that are in those beds to grow more. But I'm going to take the radishes and I'm going to chop those up and combine them with edamame and cucumber and then some dressing and make a bulky chopped salad to just have in the fridge for the week. So this is my radish bed. It's kind of fun because some bok choy snuck in there from last year, so exciting. I also have never had very good luck with growing bok choy. It always gets eaten, and I think for some reason in this format with the radishes, they're just kind of getting missed, they're disguised or something, because they are the biggest that I've ever grown bok choy without them getting completely devoured. But you can see in here, you can see in here, those radishes are pretty good size. Come on, focus. Pretty good size there, and you can see the carrots next to them are really coming in. There's another really good sized radish, you can see. So I've already picked quite a few of those, but I think now we're at the point where I'm going to need to pull up probably most of those. They're just ready to harvest. And looking at what's left, you can see I have a lot of seeds still left, and this is not even the only tray. I have a whole other tray. This is the stuff that needs to go in right now, and then the whole other tray is stuff that needs to go in later, and that's not even including the tomatoes and peppers that will need to go in at some point too. So yeah, I got some work to do. Fortunately, I did just plant some of those there, so I can pull those 4 out. And this pack back here is flowers, so if I don't get some of those out, it's not a big deal. Oh, I got this guy too. Those are the same. Okay, so that reduced it a little bit, but yeah, definitely still quite a bit of work to do. I'm very hopeful about the shiso. I tried to grow it last year and nothing took. So we'll see. I had put this in the freezer to help with germination because it does need the, I forget what that's called, it does need that process, but I'm wondering if maybe it was in there for too long or something. I don't know. They didn't do anything. So I'm going to try again this year and see, but I'm also going to be keeping an eye out for shiso at the plant center. Cause yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna relax and have my coffee, and then in a little bit, I will probably pull the radishes. I need to grab gloves and a basket to do that. Maybe the hose. Oh, I also need to water. So many things. My HelloFresh is here. Hi, Jade. It's okay. I have been getting HelloFresh because it has been so helpful, so I'm really excited about this. All right, here is the HelloFresh, and let's unpack this real quick. This has been just incredibly helpful because I've been very, very busy, and so the thought of having to plan and coordinate all my meals has just been a lot. I cannot get this open. Especially when I'm dealing with all of the garden stuff that has to be done, which is very time sensitive, and there's just a lot. This has been a great way to have complete meals. I get vegetables with every meal, and I just don't really have to think about it. It is a little more expensive than if I were to just do stuff on my own, but like I said, I'm getting the extra help that I need basically. And the other nice thing is I've noticed since I'm going to the grocery store less because of this, I also am buying less snacks. So it is healthier kind of in that way. Did I go get an iced coffee and then stop by the plant store thinking, if they have the one thing that I want to get, then I'll get that, but otherwise I won't get anything. Who am I kidding? Let me show you what I got. Okay, to be fair, I did have some degree of self-control. I've been meaning to get some more fertilizer, so I've got tomato tone because I have garden tone, but I saw or read or something somewhere that since tomatoes and peppers have kind of specific requirements that the garden tone doesn't quite do what I need. And then my blueberry needs some fertilizer as well. So I got those. Been meaning to get them, so that's fair. They had a couple of these red shiso left, and I love shiso. It's so good. I was hoping they'd have a green. As I mentioned, the seeds that I have kind of have been hit or miss, except, miss. So I was excited that they had these. I went ahead and bought the last two because this was it. So they're mine. My shard has already bolted, so I went ahead and got some more. The shard that I have is just kind of the plain green with the white stems, so this is kind of fun, more colorful. And then this guy is interesting. So this was an unexpected find. It's I believe a type of Anaheim pepper. Let me pull the tag out here and see. But it's specifically bred to handle oh my god, how long is this tag? Jeez Louise. Specifically bred to handle colder weather. Early Anaheim type, adapted to cooler climes. Couldn't figure out what that word was. I'm reading through my camera, so, But yeah, so I thought that was very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and put that out now because I think we're getting close to the normal tomatoes and peppers, so this should be good to go if it's prepared for colder climates. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know how this one goes. I'm very curious if it's good and everything. Then I'll probably gather the seeds as well. And yeah, I thought it was cool. Anyway, that's what happened. It's not my fault. Okay, it is, but don't worry about it. So I was coming outside because I'm going to go ahead and plant that pepper that I just got. I'm also going to harvest the radishes. And I'm going to move real quick because I hear thunder and it looks like it's going to storm. So let's go. Ideally, I would love to be wearing gloves for this because radishes can get a little bit prickly, but I just washed my gloves and they're still very wet, so it is what it is. might be a little too woody, but we'll see. Okay, it is getting very windy as this storm blows in, but I got a lot of those pulled up, so that cleared up a ton of space, which is really exciting because it gives room for hopefully the other radishes to finish filling in, the bok choy to continue to grow, and we can see the carrots more clearly now, and you can see that they're doing their thing. So hopefully I didn't disrupt them too much. Some of the radishes did kind of pull up the dirt around the carrots. I tried to just push it back down a little bit, but we'll see. You know what? If they make it, they make it. If they don't, then they don't. And here is my radish haul. So I think that's pretty good. That's gonna make a pretty significant chopped salad. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant that pepper that I got here. I'm gonna use my fancy stick to dig the hole because I am too lazy to walk back over to the garage and get a proper trowel. That's just the way it is. Alright, I am going to clean up and quickly try to plant one flower out front, but I'm going to stop the video here. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you can hear me with all this wind. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. I do lots of gardening stuff. I do house projects, all that jazz. Yeah. I'm gonna go before it starts raining. All right, bye.